Hey doing guys, Paul here from Family Separation Services. For those who've never seen our posts or page before, we basically assist people to represent themselves in divorce and separation cases, in particular contested cases. We're the only ones in the country to do so. And some people have liked their page and have been following us for a long time. Some people are seeing us for the first time. There's a lot of videos already on the page about the actual procedures and individual cases and so on, and feel free to have a look at them. I haven't done a video in a while, but based on phone calls and discussions I'm having with kind of new clients who are making contact and their fears and so on, I thought I'd do a little video in relation to kind of how we operate and just get rid of a few myths and fears and issues and so on. Okay, so basically when we assist people to represent themselves, we have a process. Okay, so normally people would see our posts on Facebook. They will take a while. Obviously we realise it's a very daunting experience. No one expected to be coming to our office the day they got married, but obviously it's a reality. Our job is to make it a little bit easier. Ultimately, some people have been watching it for ages and are just fear making contact at how overwhelming the whole experience appears to be, and just sometimes it's easier just to push it down, but ultimately it has to be done. I think you're clear. You wouldn't be looking at this page if it wasn't in your mind. Okay, so I just want to get rid of a few myths and fears that people have first in the conversations we have. Okay, first of all, representing yourself. Number one, you have a constitutional right to represent yourself, meaning the judge and the legal team on the other side must speak in layman's terms at all times. You can't be put at a disadvantage because you don't understand. They must make sure you understand all the time. Also, court. When people think of court, they think CSI, Law and Order and so on, the wigs, the gowns, the cloaks and everybody in the room. Okay, number one, there's no wigs, gowns or cloaks. Family court shouldn't even be called a court. It's where you go to as an independent person to make a decision or decisions that you both can't make, that's fair and provides proper provision for the parties. So no one's done nothing wrong in the normal sense of court. Okay. The other aspect is family laws it's known as held in camera. What that means is it's in private, so it's not a public court like the normal district court for driving or motoring offences or criminal offences. So no one's allowed in the court except you and the other side, the judge and the clerk in front of them. Okay, so it's in private, nobody hears your business, no one knows what's going on. Okay, and there can be no surprises in family court. Okay, so especially the circuit court where we go for divorce and separation, you can't bring anything up in court that wasn't first put in the papers. In fact, before we go to court, when you start the process with us, it's months before you go near court. All the paperwork has to be lodged, all the other side have to exchange papers. If it's contested, you have to exchange bank statements. There's a whole ganzy load of stuff that has to be done even before you go to court, and before you, by the time you get to that stage, this whole process has become a second nature in your head. So there's a few fears of the unknowns there. Okay, so our process is when people ring, they look at us on Facebook, probably take a while, but ultimately I understand that people are fearful of liking pages and making comments with worries of what other people are going to know or think or whatever, and that's fine, I get that. So all you do is send us a private message with either your contact details for us to call you or any queries you have if you're not quite ready for a phone call. But just do something. Don't just leave it and hope it'll go away. You know, there's nothing to be lost. It's just an informal message. Nobody else sees it except us. We write back and we'll deal with it. If you do give us a number, likewise we'll call you and we'll have a discussion. And again, it's informal. There's no obligations. There's no nothing. It's just, you know, even if it's just to ease some of the fears you have, get rid of some of the specific myths you have, and so on. Now, another thing that people always say to me, and you know, not to disrespect it and so on, I get it, but you know, it's just so strange that they've been institutionalized to think that way, to no fault of your own, of course. The other side isn't going to agree to that when I explain the procedures or something, or the other side isn't going to like that or whatever, right? I'm not interested in what the other side feels. I'm not interested in their views, and neither are you. The court, the procedure, whether it be by agreement or decision of the court, is based on the facts and the facts alone, right? So when we lodge papers, the other side have three choices. They can agree, they can ignore it, or they can avoid it. There's an option, there's a procedure for each, and the show goes on without them or without them. Okay, so when people say to me, "Oh, they're not going to agree to this, or they're not going to like that," I normally just jokingly say, "Okay, I'll ring the Chief Justice. I'll ring him and tell him to sack every judge in Ireland because this one's ex is calling the shots for Ireland now, based on his opinion." So again, we do it in baby steps, manageable baby steps at a process for you that makes you central to the whole case, and we go at your pace. Okay, so there's no issues. Okay, even when you meet us, we do the phone call. Some people we have the chat. Some people make an appointment straight away and they just want to get the paper sorted and they're not fazed by the whole thing. That's fine. Some people, it's a very traumatic experience, and no one expected to be coming here today to get married. Our job is to make it a bit easier and do it in slow baby steps, as I keep saying. Okay, so even if you make a phone call, it might take you another few months to build up the courage to make an appointment. And even when you make the appointment and we have the consultation, it's just another informal chat, no obligation, to gather the specific facts to your case so we can give you specific feedback about the likely outcomes and the procedures we have to follow. Okay, and then basically, if you do decide to go ahead, we'll send you an email for more information, whatever we're missing. We'll draft up your papers and then we'll sit down together and fine tune them. Again, now at this stage, you've gone through sending a message, following us for a while, having a phone call with us, so a lot of your myths and fears are going away. You've met us, so you're a lot more comfortable with the process and you're able to talk to us and you see for yourself what it's like, and you haven't even made a commitment yet to lodge the papers. So at that stage, when you're ready, even lodging the papers, people go, "Oh God, the fear of lodging the papers in court because it sounds so scary." But if I was to tell you, you're just going into a court office, a reception desk, and you just say, "I want to lodge this," and that's it. They take them off, you stamp, there's 3 of everything, stamp 3, give you 2 back, and you walk out the door. 5 minutes of that. Now that I've actually broken down lodging papers in court, it doesn't seem so scary. And that's the same throughout the whole process. Okay? And even then they say, "Oh God, the fear of serving the papers to the other side, what the reaction's going to be." Again, that's a fear for that time, and we'll deal with that fear at that time. It's not a fear for now. That's why we break it down. I always say to people, as an analogy, when they ring me, there's so many issues and so many things going on. They're trying to sort everything out. I always use the analogy that your head's like a washing machine with a full load of washing, and you're trying to sort out each item of clothing is a different issue, and you're trying to sort it out while it's spinning around. Whereas all we want to do is stop the washing machine, take each item of clothing out one at a time, iron it and put it away, and then we won't lose a sock. So we prioritise them individually and deal with them individually so it's more manageable. Okay, and usually when you sort 1 or 2 main things out, it by default sorts a lot of the more smaller issues out without having to directly deal with them. Okay, so again, slow process. Don't be worrying. The alternative is to go to a legal team and spend 15-20 grand, go to the legal aid and wait for years, and God knows what happens to your case and you don't have a clue what's going on. But whatever you do decide to do, at least you contacted us, at least you asked the questions, at least you eliminated your fears, and then at least while you're clear on the reality of the situation, then you can make more informed decisions as to what approach best suits you. Okay, now that's about contacting us. Separately, at the request of some of our clients, they've asked us to do a support group meeting. So every Thursday night in our offices, we have a support group meeting from 7 to 9 where it's confidential, informal, with like-minded people. Most people, family and friends, they mean well, but they don't quite get it. Whereas these people are all in the same room. It's not really just about the case, but it's about all aspects of day-to-day life as a separated parent or a separated person. And you might have tips for them, they might have tips for you. Some people even say to me, "God, Paul, that felt great. I don't feel as bad as half of them people." And even by hearing the different stories, it puts it into context. But most importantly, the feedback is that people don't feel like they're on their own. When you're separating, people don't want to tell the family, friends, they're embarrassed or they're, for whatever reason. But the main being, they feel they're the only ones going through this. And by interacting with us, even looking on our page, even coming to the support group meeting and not talking, just listening, you get to at least see that, you know, you're not alone in this. Like 150,000 people in the census mark living apart from their spouse in Ireland, but just done nothing legal about it. They're the numbers, you know. We'll be doing other videos, we'll be doing other things, okay? So look, get in touch with us. Send us a message. We'll write back. Send us your number if you wish to have a conversation. It'll just be me. We don't have a big call centre here, and you know, you'll just be talking to me. I'm the only person that rings. Okay? We'll have a chat and then make a decision about the next stage or what you want to do after you've got the facts. Okay? So have a look at our videos. Come along to the support group meeting. Send me a message, or you can ring me direct or text me on 086 046 2393, and you know, let's go from there. I'll be doing a few more videos coming up soon. I'll be doing one. It was requested I do one specific to domestic violence. Another one asked me to do one with Father's Day on Sunday in relation to access to the kids and from both parties' perspective and so on. So we'll be doing that. Okay. So in the meantime, take care, and I look forward to hearing from you.